Peace fam, how are you? I'm gonna roll them out because y'all know when that sun go up tomorrow, I'm not really doing anything, right? So check this out. This was on my mind real quick, right? Because I be looking at certain things, right? And I just be saying to myself, like, wow, how does one person think that they made everything that's going on now happen, right? Like, it's like I'm looking at people that's, you know, I don't know their history. I don't know how long they've been on the battlefield, right? And it really doesn't matter to me because I feel as though I'm not really in no competition with another B1 ADOS or Foundational Black Americans. I just don't feel like I should be in competition or debating somebody that supposed to be on the same code. Remember, I told you that word, same code. Code and frequency is totally different, right? And you can tell by people who continuously want to distinguish themselves or the big I, little we type of scenario, right? And I just be watching. I just be watching, right? And I'm like, with people like this, you gotta be you gotta watch it because I'm gonna tell you like this. I'd rather have 10 lions, right, than 1,000 sleep sheep on my team, right? See, and like when we get things accomplished, right? When one gets something accomplished over the others, instead of us just all being glad that our message is out there, you got the next person gonna come out and say something bad about that person and that action that they put in motion to make shit happen, right? Well, what's the win game? What's the end all for that? I see it all the time. I just be doing the knowledge, and that's not, you know, it's not for one said so-called group. It's just a universal thing going on here. I'm just like, listen, I ain't got time to sit back and tell people my whole life story. It's just not in me to do that kind of bullshit. You may, as time go on, you'll learn things about me, but there's some shit you'll never know about me. Period. Because it ain't your business, right? Just like your business really ain't my business, but if you put it out there, I got the right to examine it, right? Because nobody is above examination. And when you put yourself out there and you want to act like you're so holy and angelic and things of that nature, and when somebody points out, that you're not, right? And people have a problem with it. Miss us with all that kind of bullshit, man. It's listen, we rising and we rising together, right? Because in the things that can make us fall is when we're on these platforms, right? Looking like bozos going against one another, but claim to be on the same code and frequent code because it ain't no frequency. I already said that. It's not the same frequency. It's not. The God asked me a long time ago, which one came first, the chicken or the egg, right? And I was like, I don't know. And I was honest about the question, right? And you know what he said? He said, neither. The universe came first. You know what I mean? Everybody has a role to play in this. Don't we're not given, you know what I mean? I agree with black authority. When you get a leader, right? When you get a leader, that's something that can be targeted, right? You don't have no leader. Everybody on their platform speaking they self, but they speaking for the same cause, right? Then what are they going to do? They can't attack all of that at one time. You got to watch these people because some people ain't really, they got their own, like I said a long time ago, agendas and personal issues and shit going on. We ain't got time for that. Only thing I come on here for really is to ensure that I get me and my ancestors money. I don't really give a fuck about all that small talk and all that crazy shit, right? Miss me with it. And I might time to time give y'all some history. I might give you some spiritual work. Yeah, it depends. It depends on the weather. But I'm not sticking to uh making it my business to get on no YouTube just so I can argue with my fellow brothers and sisters when we supposed to be on the same frequency. It just looks bad. I don't care how people what they say, think, and feel, on the outside, because I am on the outside of that shit. I'm the outlier of all that bullshit, right? Looking in, right? It's not a good look for us as a whole, right? Like I said, when you see people out here, listen, this is the thing. Oh, I did this. I was the first to do this. I was the first to do that. Check this out. In this world, right? It's not who thought about it, right? It's actually the one who manifested it, right? And made that understanding understood that brings forth what we call equality, right? So because, you know, um, I bought a pair of shoes, right? And another person got a pair of shoes, and I said, well, I had those shoes first. That doesn't mean that somebody didn't have a pair of shoes before. I bought them before me. Bottom line, we got to get out that mindset, brothers and sisters. Or you know what? We ain't even just got to get out that mindset. We got to cut people off. I don't care who they are with that type of mindset, because we're not going to get anywhere with people who can't, what they claim to be on code, but every time you turn around, they're going to slip a jab in because they don't agree with how somebody else conduct their platform. And yet we're all out here supposed to be fighting for freedom, justice, and equality. I don't get it. Right? I wanted to share that with you. The world is watching us. We are rising, right? But, we can fall once again when we start dealing with division, right? I wish there was just one single word that we all can adhere to, because, breaking up the lineage, wanting to call it this, wanting to call it that, and this one, you choose this person over. Listen, I look at all the platforms. I don't have a problem with none of the platforms, right? But I do have a problem when I'm watching a platform and they go from, I'm thinking I'm getting ready to hear something that's going to be first and foremost, what's very important to me when I watch platforms. Is this platform educational, right? Is it gossip, right? Is it something personal, right? What's the real motive and agenda behind it? That's how I look at it, right? So when I'm building with some looking at something and then I see these things, it turned me off. And that's exactly why I don't do lives. I put my message out there. You can take it or leave it. It is what it is. But I ain't got time for all that crazy stuff. You see, I'm from the era where, we all that shit be just squashed, outside of goddamn YouTube, right? I'm just saying, you know, can't be out here beefing with your own, right? Listen, I'm going to say it, right? Because that's what they look like to me. A wise man said, don't argue with fool, because from a distance you can't tell who is who, right? Just foolish. Foolish. Everybody think that they God's chosen. God did this. God sent them here. I say the same thing, but I know there are other people who are greater and wiser than me, and I got to respect that, right? Gotta respect it, right? There's going to be someone that's always greater than you, doing better things, greater things than you. You know what I mean? You don't hate, you just wait your turn. That's all. It's that simple. Because blowing other people candles out ain't gonna make you shine any better. I don't care what you think, right? Like I said, I got something very great coming up this week, you guys. You know, like they said, black people are rising, you know. And I just look at it like this is what my grandmother used to say. You never let your left hand know what your right hand doing, right? See, I never looked at teaching my brothers and sisters knowledge of themselves or showing them, pointing out racism or um, spirituality, things of that nature. I never looked at coming on YouTube and capitalizing off of that, right? Because, see, my lessons, right, tell me who is the 10%, right? You're the rich slave makers of the poor who teach the poor lies and tell them that the Almighty God is a spook in the sky that can't be seen with the naked eye, right? They got you looking all up here. Meanwhile, they lacing their pockets, right? Meanwhile, you eating crumbs with bums. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen. Um, I feel like this when I get down to business on this thing, right? It's going to be something that I can offer to us, right? And then you'll see your return on investments, okay? Once again, I already told y'all, right? See, a lot of people, because I'm in my clubhouse right now because of COVID, right? They don't really understand who and what I am. Just put it that way, right? And I'm glad. I like it like that, right? Like I said, never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. And then, like, because I know what I know and where I'm at, my position, my real position in life, right? I know who ain't here, right? I know who ain't here. I know a lot of people that's out there talking, that got Donald Goins, snake oil salesman shit, ain't what they appear to be, right? See, I know the billionaires. I know the millionaires. And I ain't talking about no coons either, right? I'm talking about real black excellence, right? And one thing I know about every last one of them, and I talked to my God the other day, I was like, but I be looking at certain platforms, these people be talking all this crazy stuff, but you taught me well. So I could see through the foolishness with them. Because first of all, nobody, right? No real man, right? That's out there uh getting money, right? Is gonna sit on no goddamn social media, right? And make it his business to sit on social media, gossiping and talking and all of this shit, right? But ain't really giving you a solution, right? Or a return on investments. Only one I'm gonna just be honest. It's two of them that I love, that I see that do it for the culture and because they understand the conditions of the people. And then I understand that they out here no different than my God. It's just that he doesn't do social media, right? But that's Black Authority and Professor Black Truth, right? Those are the only two I could look at and just say that I learned something from them that I can apply to my life to get a return on my investment. And my investment most of the time is my goddamn time. See, I got time. My God ain't got no time because my God is out here doing great things, Like I said, it'll be shocking all, but it is what it is. Because a lot of people don't know you, right? But so they'll pick at you. They'll pick at you, right? And try to figure you out. They'll go to people who they think know you, and you even know they don't know you, right? So it's a joke, right? That's why I've been kept my circle small. Because if you don't have no friends, you don't have no enemies, right? That's how I was taught. I'm gonna let this go. It's at 15 minutes and something. But brothers and sisters, right? Um, let's be in unison. Let's bring peace amongst one another. Um, it's the same thing. If just because the left don't like the right, don't mean that they ain't on the same frequency, right? That's how we gotta be, right? That being said, keep your vibrations high. I don't even know what time this video is going to upload the other one because this is long too. I think I'm gonna go to rest and let this one just roll itself out. I didn't come from a place of malice with this, right? But I want everybody to understand when we are on these platforms, I'm not above the law. Nobody is above examination. And when we put ourselves out here, prepare to be judged by the same people, you know what I mean? Who you have given the opportunity to come in your world, right? Which is your thoughts, right? Vibrations high, you guys, and I'm out. Peace.